right. Hello, my name is Raven, and I worked with the Iftekhar Entrepreneurial Fellowship in making my own business, which I named Raven's Nest. So, going into this fellowship, I had two main goals. I was going to create a storefront, like a physical space, as well as an online presence and social media. So, the space that I had available to me was my grandfather's old shop. It closed 20 plus years ago. So it's just been sitting there collecting dust and was very cluttered. You can see in the bottom picture was what it had looked like before. It was very full, kind of just had anything and everything in there. And so in the top left, you can see after a couple of weeks of going through, sorting, throwing things away, I had gotten it set up for a tag sale. But due to unforeseen circumstances like weather and just making sure I was being safe with COVID, I haven't held the tag sale yet, and I've been postponing getting the physical space open to the summer when it's a little bit more feasible. So I went on to work with the online presence and social media. So my first step and goal was getting a kiln because you can't have a ceramic studio and a ceramics business without a kiln. So I had to go through an 11-hour round trip to get it. It was very exhausting, but I was so excited when I finally had it. It felt like I was really on the path to getting where I wanted to be. Um, in the top right, you can see a picture of me working on my website. It was a very hard and difficult experience trying to open a website with no background experience, but I'll tell you more about that later. And in the bottom, two side pictures, you can see what my bedroom looked like while I was trying to take pictures of all the pieces I was going to be putting on my website. I think the pictures came out nice. They were like polished and looked pretty to present, but the behind the scenes was a whole nother story. Um, this is how the pictures ended up coming out. So I have pictures of like pieces that I've been saving that I put up for sale. And even though I didn't have like a lot of pieces for sale, I wanted to show other pieces of my work so people could really see a broader like spectrum of the work that I do and how it looks. So I had added a gallery to the website. So the pictures you see of like with the plants in the background, these are the ones that are for sale. And then these ones were from past projects, and that's why they're like more professionally done. And in the bottom right, you can see a picture of these small like sculptural pieces I was making, and I was taking videos of them and adding them to my social media pages to keep it interesting, keep people looking and seeing the work that I was doing, even though I didn't have access to a full studio at the time. And so lastly, I made a website. I bought my own domain, I got the website published, and I put my pieces up. And so throughout the fieldwork term, I made about 4 or 5 websites, through different web builders to get a sense of like what the different web builders had to offer, what kind of like theme, style, feel they all had. And I picked which that was best for me and what I wanted to convey with my work and my pieces. It was really hard. Like I had said, I had never had any past experience with this, but I had advice from my advisors, which was so useful. And even though it was hard, it was a really great experience. And now I have these skills with website building so I can help others not make the same mistakes or have website recommendations for them, like which ones they could use. And also this experience in general, like the whole fellowship and having this entrepreneurial opportunity was so helpful because as an artist, the scariest thing for me is when I graduate and what I'm going to do. Because it's like, do I just get a 9 to 5 job and then wait for an opportunity to arise? Or how do I go about this? So having this as like a head start into figuring out my future was so useful. And I am so appreciative of it. And especially I wanted to say thank you to the donors, but also to my advisors, Adnan and Wyatt. They helped me so much. And every week they would meet with me, help me go through what I should be doing, what I needed to do, seeing my website in the progression, seeing what I was doing in the physical space, even though I didn't move completely forward with it, and just having them there for me as an outsider's view, because since it is remote, they aren't here seeing it. So seeing how I could share it through pictures and share my experiences, since that's how everybody else is going to see it as well, was so useful. And thank you for coming and seeing my presentation. And I'll put a link to the website in the chat.